And I'm back with more Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. Feels weird saying that after saying Ace Attorney for so long. But we're here in the trial of Maggie Bird. We've had a breakthrough in the case, and a new witness is going to take the stand. We'll see what happens. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer is trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I've heard you could fix something like that with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick would be all you need. No, I think I'll pass. Come on. Sorry, I just wanted to kick somebody. Oh, that look! Oh god, when she looks up, that's great. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everybody's problems. Oh, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. She said she wanted to kick it. Well, we're here to solve that problem first. We'll deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Of course! I'd be honored to. I guess I'll start with my name and I'll tell you about me. No, I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things. So my name's Phoenix Wright? What a weird name. This is serious that you don't remember that your name is Phoenix Wright, but I'll tell you what. You can have this back. Maybe it'll help. This is a business card? I got it from you! It's my most treasured possession! You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? There's some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. I guess for now we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with the cell phone, but... Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it in the detention center, sir. Hurry up and tell me, this might be important. Okay, roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Well, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give it back. I'll be right there. I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. We agreed to meet up at 6. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. So where's this phone you found? Well, I gave it to you yesterday. To me? Is that the phone in my pocket? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... You were here all along! You're so mean! What? I forgot she was in this episode. I called you 1,000,000 times and you wouldn't pick up! And when I went to the courtroom, everybody already left. Who the hell is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know. Yes, Phoenix, you're supposed to know. Hey, good morning, Nick. Good morning, Maggie. Oh, and a good morning to you, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Catastrophic? No, abysmal might be worse than catastrophic. I'm not sure. Oh, and what if I said everything will be fine? It's Maya to the rescue with ultra-decisive important evidence. Super important evidence. Here you go, Nick. It's the thing you wanted me to bring yesterday. Oh, what is this? List? It's got 20 names, or 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. Looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are the numbers of the group. And like I said, I did not expect Maya to be here. I was honestly expecting her to show up in the second episode. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me! Where did you get that list from in the first place? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone that Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Actually, Mr. Wright is... Recess is over. Please bring the defendant into the courtroom immediately. Oh, I guess you gotta go. We can talk later. I should go home to totally not Japan like I was planning to. Wish us luck. So, one of the weird things about the anime was they put Maggie's cases together. She's actually also in case, was it 3-2 or 3-3, I think? I want to say 3-3. And they actually put their episodes together in the story, like, at the beginning of Season 2. So it wouldn't look like this, where she's here and then she shows up later. So that would also explain why Maya's here, as opposed to being in Korean Village right now. Because for all I know, either this is supposed to be set before Maya left, which is my guess, or this is supposed to be set after the events of Game 2. Don't quote me on that, because it is a little bit of a mental inconsistency knowing that at the end of Game 1, she did just up and leave the entire game entirely to go home, and she is seen at home. So, I guess in a way the anime has one up on this game. I don't know. But again, this is just an ancillary tutorial mission. It's not that... I guess it's not that important. But if you're wondering about that loophole, that's what I'm guessing. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I could say a few words. It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that will rub people the wrong way. So I ask the court be a little lenient. There's no need to give a preface, just hurry up and call your witness. Yes, Your Honor, he calls the next witness. A drifter who was taking a walk in the park in the day of the murder. Oh. Please state your name and court, witness. Before I would do, I would like to clarify a little something. Ah, okay, go ahead. Just now you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tainted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me a university... I'm doing the old bag thing. Okay. I understand. You do not invoke the name of old bag so easily. What is he doing, a human chatterbox? I have to question him. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course, university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? But you aren't wearing any. That's enough, your name. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you'd had me, but you're wrong. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I forgive you. I suppose I'll tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, this drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, by all means. But I remind you, I'm in no way a prepubescent boy out with a walk-on mommy. Or... I might want to rephrase the way I said that. Taking a walk, you know. What you witnessed will do. Before I get in trouble for misplacing words again. God damn it. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life. So I'm totally neat. Oh boy. Now he's one of those guys. I don't remember the time that well, but I believe it was past 6. All of a sudden, a police officer fell from above right before my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course I remember her sweet face. There was a pretty defendant over there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. That was certainly decisive. Decisive? Did you hear what he just said? That's all you have to say? How could you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yeah, and if she's really is innocent, then that means only one thing. This guy's a lying fake. He's a faker, fake of a fakest faking faker. I'll find the truth no matter how well you craft your lies. I will point at you. I shall object to everything you stand for. Richard Wellington, what a fake-ass name. Bananas? Really? What is this, Donkey Kong Country? I mean, a banana you can probably get from a convenience store. And unless he dropped a bag with him, they wouldn't be buying just a set of bananas. They would be probably buying 1 or 2, not 5. Mr. Wellington, I believe I have that banana you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too? Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use that as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you're wrong. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Would you like a bite of the rubber and the yellow wax? This is not... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one important fact. This witness has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? What, Alan, why are you asking me that all of a sudden? Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people that refuse to get it. Blah, 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 blah. God damn it. Fucking... Ugh, these people with their fucking run-on sentences. It's like me trying to type anything online. That's why I asked you how bad your eyesight was. You're both 20/200. I suppose you're gonna tell me. That's exactly what my eyesight is. Thank you for reminding me. Why are you not wearing your glasses today? It's because I lost them. I was planning on getting a new pair. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, and replacing them is... How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing them then? You're so unrelenting. You're an evil man. You're like those people... Okay, I'm not even gonna do the blah thing anymore. I just... Ugh. I'll do it if old bag ever shows up again. Is that fair? Because at least with her face, it makes more sense. Which boils down to you're not wearing your glasses at the time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same as the witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It's very possible for him to see the face of the culprit on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened the moments you witnessed the crime. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as I realized she was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who in the upper path you saw ran away? Yes, that's correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? The victim's autopsy report. According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28. And what of it? You said you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you called the police, it was already 6:45. There's clearly a 15-minute gap. That's like the fakest scream I've done yet. I don't know why. I think this court would like to hear what you were doing within that 15 minutes. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected he'd be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I'd call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington? Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing in those during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone. Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? We still have those? You don't have a cell phone? You and your questions? As I was trying to open the layers of a Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness? I lost my cell phone there, you happy? Lost it? Unbelievable. You lost your glasses and your cell phone? You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. Are you saying that even first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Wait a minute. He lost his cell phone. Cell phone? You mean the one that Maggie found? I didn't see this coming. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? Oh, what are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone, I'll have you know. See, this is it. I see. Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that was maybe just his. Well then, I think we've cleared that issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have a cell phone because he lost it. Therefore, the delay on his cell could be caused by a search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it like that and leave it. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make sense. I don't believe there is ever any need for a witness to search for a phone. How dare you! You can't just make up outrageous claims like that. You do have some proof, don't you? Do you know who you're talking to? This guy doesn't live off proof. He just comes up with things in his brain. and finds the proof later. Of course, the evidence should be good enough, I'd think. Let's have this proof, then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Oh. Wow. Okay, then. I guess phone booths still exist. It's quite simple, actually. Take a look at this. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. If you don't understand my logic, there's something wrong with you. Ah! It's a phone booth. That's correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone? It was right in front of you. Order. What does reporting a crime a little late prove to the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That's reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, that's very true. What do you have to say for yourself? I bet his phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said she was going to return it anyway, so there's no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone he found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for a cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else? Mr. Wright, do you have any thoughts as to what you'd like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what he was doing for 15 minutes? There's only one logical explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present. I should probably have said in just one possibility. Please present to this court this evidence. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Mr. Wellington? Whoa, what? Don't do that! You gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find them? I believe the court all heard what you confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? No, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer's quite clear. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize is that they were under the victim's body. And that's why it took him 15 minutes to make the call. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course. That's precisely what I'm doing. I know I'm right. He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out the cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah! This is so exciting watching you work again. Somehow my old self's coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of the court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he's accusing the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at this from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you're not. Why, it's easy. It's example, the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like that can read that, right? But we already know that he was not written by the victim himself. the name was wrong. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name. But wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was somebody the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would he get her name as Maggie? That's a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Was there any way this creep would have known? It'd be best if I could prove that he had a chance. No, the defense present to the court. How the defendant could have learned, or the witness could have learned the defendant's name. Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you didn't, what did you do? What did I do? Did you try to find it by calling it? How dare you! Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there's some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? The day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she's also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. That's when you learned their name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. My client's name was Maggie with an E-I, but you spelled it with an I-E. This is a mistake that could only occur if you knew how her name sounded. But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple. A person usually does not kill without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That's absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple. Are you sure, Nick? I said if I can't offer an explanation, this trial's over, right? Well, yeah, but... Now then, please present the court with proof of a motive. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. It's a list. These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. We've determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course we did. The list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to the members of a certain con artist group. Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were in your phone? This is an outrage! It's an invasion of privacy! Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder! Please stop. I don't care. All I want to know is for you to tell us what this list is about. Do you think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? This is unjustified badgering of the witness. Objection over... Man, the judge is on Wright's side for once. Usually sustains objections. What's the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? It's obvious, isn't it? Mr. Wellington's a member of this very group. All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right there on the phone. If anyone were to look in these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That's why you had to kill. No, this is... No! It's too much! That does make a bit of sense. Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. The police officer... Your Honor, What is it, Mr. Payne? This is unjustified. You said the exact same thing a second ago. Let's think about the contents of the phone call. The defendant had already promised that she'd return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get the phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? That's a valid point. What does the defense think of this? If you think about it logically, it makes sense. Maybe we should be thinking outside the box? Let's see. Maybe the slime ball saw something at the crime scene. Your thoughts? Well, I don't think he went to pick up his phone in a friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? Maybe those bananas he was trying to eat. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. You mean Dustin Prince? With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. The girl that picked up my phone was with a policeman. He couldn't have known that they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was very possible they'd already run a check on it. So he went into a panic, that's what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems the truth has come at last. Mr. Wellington, you... Impressive. What's that supposed to... Evidence! Evidence! All you've been waiting around and talking about is the suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that's really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I told you already. The phone I've lost, I already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea whose phone you belongs to. Can you be sure it's mine? It's good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem with on our hands. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, that's bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me. Wait, the cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. Got it. We should check for fingerprints. Mr. Wellington would have left prints on his phone. Don't you remember? You wiped them off. I what? You said there were sands all over it, so... I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Oh, it's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see. And incidentally, you can't check numbers that aren't stored on the phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You gotta be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use? Mr. Wellington. What's this now? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? You're too much. Of course you have no idea what you're talking about. Oh my... Now I remember. Looks like they hung up. So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? You worked so hard to get here, but if you don't do something, he's gonna get away scot-free. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of the cell phone is, your indictment has no basis, and therefore no power. It looks like you've come up a penny short. Don't blame yourself, you're merely third-rate. You only made one big mistake. Who? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that'll be all, I'll bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the Upper Side. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Please wait! Alright, Nick. I think I might be able to prove it. Prove what? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination's ended. The defense is going to badger the witness with more questions. You will not harass the witness, is that clear? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed. Please, Your Honor. Very well, but this is your last chance. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. Only get one shot. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. You fully understand? I'm sure you're well aware, but cross-examination period's ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that he could present one more piece of evidence. Now then, this is your last chance. Please present one piece of evidence that will explain everything. Why, thank you. How nice of you. Please have one of mine. The ink is strong and clear, but I can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. There's something very important about the card, and that is the back of the card. The card is important because of what's on the back. You write your cell phone number on it, right? But that's exactly it. Can you please call the number from your cell phone? Right now, but court's in session. It's okay. If you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things. Huh? What? Why is my phone? What's that stupid ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. Could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Yeah! No, nah. Before I forget, thank you so much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. I'm not gonna keep that going. I already did Damon Gant yesterday. I'm not gonna keep that going. So that's what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He's a man who lives on pride and self-image alone, and in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, He became paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then, the phone you're holding. It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of the man, how is he? He was arrested and taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, the court finds the defendant not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved with what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. My whole life's been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failure. Your whole life, it can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken. I've experienced every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life's really been nothing but a string of disasters. It's pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then everyone called me Lady Luckless. Luckless? What's worse is my misfortune always seems to latch on those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. That's right. You were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently, too. There's an old lady passing back and forth in the crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true! That glove didn't even have any special meaning. It was just a present to say thank you for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's my fault. His death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is the messed up part yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. After all, Goddess of Misfortune's only a name. You bet! I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well then, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should be going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but this might sound bad, but who are you? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe is someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's always been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinions, but in the end he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else? And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you miss me. Yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories, okay? Sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone are erased. I guess I gotta start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick! Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Hasn't even been that long since you came back. And that story began one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Aha! That's the loophole. So this was actually done before a case, or after case 2-2. Got it, game. I'm onto you. You're not stupid. I'm stupid. Wait. No, I am stupid. Never mind. But yes, a brand new episode has been added. Yay! But I shall save it. And yes, as you can see, one of the best girls ever is going to be joining us. And that girl is Pearl Faye. But that will be saved for tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching.